because I couldn't damage control E3, so I just had to let that shit die down.
Might as well. Might as well.
It got me to
Hey,
persuaded,
all
bro.
I got to say is this: when I saw that E3 this year, and I saw Post Up just goddamn collapse.
You knew shit was real then.
Yes, like I was like, damn boy, he is Post Up.
I thought Post Up doing the towel. He's still back on his bullshit.
Yo, Post Up was like, you know, I'm not gonna say it was bad. I'm just gonna say I was disappointed.
Yo, y'all don't understand just how surreal that moment was, man.
Hey Z, what you said? Tim Dog said 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
Hey yo, Tim went to sleep. Tim went to sleep right after John Wick left the stage, right?
Yo,
Tim Hop
was that a real picture of Tim?
Yeah, real picture of Tim.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
That's
Tim
crazy.
hopped in that bitch was like straight.
Hey, let me tell you something. Tim Dog's lucky as hell. Z respects him, or else he would have died a long time ago.
Yo, I didn't know that
done
was
for
Tim
him.
Dog in that
Z had to tell me to
picture.
calm down.
Yo.
Hey, bro, I was gunning for his profile. That shit was bad.
I saw that damn show. I said, bro, how can these people support this?
Yeah, Z had to tell me to chill.
You off air now, Z?
Yeah.
Yeah, we off air.
Yeah, that shit's whack though, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to play D or that other nigga, but that shit's whack, bro. Like, you in the chat on this motherfucking show, you see what it is, and come in here and be on some, oh, my shit is more profound. I don't know, bro. That's some funny style shit for me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's just weird.
You think that was weird? These was worse though, because these was flip flopping to the point where he was like, you know what? I just don't like him. I don't like him.
Z, Z,
and it just like, damn.
He was on air with that shit. That's the crazy part. I saw shows where D-Ass was on air with that shit.
Oh, see, that's wild. That's wild.
Like I said, D was really mad because Cradle questioned his education a couple weeks back. That shit go. That's what really had D pissed off.
Well, shit, he already know.
D's a real sensitive guy.
He already know how J-Dub is.
Hey, bro, you guys should have heard the behind the scenes on that one. It was bad. D and Alex, that shit was not pretty.
Oh, wow.
Did I ever release that?
Bro, we couldn't even. Well, we couldn't. That shit was too dicey.
What? Y'all ain't put that in the Patreon yet?
It was bad. It was bad.
Alex,
bro, it was. Oh my god.
Hey, bro, it was about an hour worth of footage too.
Oh my goodness, boy! If y'all did put that shit on the Patreon, boy, you know that Patreon got lit the hell up with that.
Suicide watch that night, boy. They walked him off the ledge.
Damn, it was that bad.
You guys know the exact one. It's when Alex hopped in and called him an enthusiast. That fucking podcast afterwards was bad.
Hey, yo.
I don't know if Alex said enthusiast and he heard pedophile or what.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. He said, fuck it. I don't like him. I don't like him. He's a bitch ass nigga. I don't like him. He said, you know, I don't like your energy. I like your face. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Jokes. No. The one I didn't make public was him and Porter Rock when he told Porter Rock he was gonna eat his face. I think I might got that D one up, and I just didn't make it in the public. But that that D and Porter Rock, listen to my voice. I eat your face. The accent went away. Everything.
That one went up as like unlisted or some shit. But the other one, the hour worth of footage, that shit never went public.
I didn't shit you.
You even told me like that shit was too dicey.
I shit y'all not. I remember the first time I ever saw Z's show. I remember I saw it was the one where you had to sit down with J Tech and Porter Rock when they were beefing. I was in the car coming from my mom's spot. I was driving 13 hours, so I was like, you know what? Let me see what's on YouTube. That came up, buddy. I'm in there for a good 2 hours just dying because Z is instigating the shit out of these two, and I'm like, God.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie.
damn.
Porter Rock hopped in there and fucking failed because his mic wasn't working or some shit.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
nope, that shit failed.
I was like,
funny as
yo,
hell.
what the hell?
One of the funniest podcasts is D and Rich from Review Tech talking, and Z goes, you know, back in the day, my aunt and my husband, we used to play Sega Genesis. I was like, what the fuck did he say?
Wait, my aunt and my husband?
Yo, if you don't believe me, go watch that shit. The last one he did with Rich from Tech. I think Z, that's after, right?
Yeah, that was after when? What you say?
The last interview you did with Rich from Review
Oh
Tech.
yeah.
You were still on your medication, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was missing words. So he's like, he meant to say my aunt's husband. He said my husband. I was like, oh shit.
I got to see that shit you did with all that. That's what wow.
Oh my
Hey
goodness.
ain't shit fucking with that motherfucking Expand Your Mind last night. Nigga talking about the talking snake had batteries in the big true.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Hey, bro, why do you not do that show more often? You just
I
gotta line up those fuckers.
need to fucking
Hey,
niggas to
I
do
mean,
it.
you got the crew after that one.
Oh yeah,
No, Z lazy as shit. Because Z had the 2 Hebrew Israelites that said they were gonna come back and show again.
Them niggas they got MIA, bro. It wasn't me.
hold on. Let me tell you.
Yeah, that
I'm
dude
not
you had
even-
on there yesterday, his motherfuckers talking some crazy shit on there.
I'll be honest.
A ventriloquist. He was holding the snake.
Yeah, when I heard that, I had to die laughing at work.
Look, I ain't never been into that whole conspiracy theory. I try to stay away from it. But damn it, with my dad, I think it was when I first got to Guam and I talked to my dad to let him know, hey, I made it safe. When he told me, he was like, how long was the flight? I was like, it's like 20 some odd hours. Yeah, I was like, okay, where did you fly from? I was like, Alaska. I flew from Alaska to Guam, so I went around the globe. He was like, that proved right there the earth ain't flat. I was like, wait, hold on, you do that flat earth shit too? He was just like, well, we'll talk about it at work. I was like, okay, great. I'm sold on that shit then. I was like, fuck it. Let me see if I can't find me one of these conspiracy theory podcasts or some shit I can get into.
Hey yo. I don't think FC coming back, bro.
Oh no, he ain't coming back at all.
Come on, Z. You've been saying for a hot minute. See, I knew this was a personal hit on the nigga.
I just hate that. Yo, bro, I just hate that coon shit, bro. I hate that shit, bro.
Listen, I knew shit was gonna go left from FC hopping the party before the started, and Z was like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna throw your ass on the bus."
Yeah,
this nigga got some video or something.
Z's like the pastor in Black Jesus.
Yo, I just hate that shit, bro.
God,
they got this mentality, like, bro, you just be yourself, man. I mean, what? I ain't saying you can't be professional, but you going, bro, that shit crazy, man.
We might have to put that one up on Twitter.
Yeah,
oh yeah. G go get it
in.
Yeah. You fucking up brains.
Yeah.
I just hope that FC don't take this shit too serious, like the jokes and
shit.
Yeah.
For real. Bro, that's what I said. I was like, bro.
That's the second show I see him dip off
right now.
real quick.
Like I told,
he was on his ass.
Like FC coming up at me, he was like, yeah, Trey, for you sitting here saying, saying what I said, and he was sitting there like, it's because they changed the campaign. I'm like, dumbass, what the fuck that got to do? How you gonna be in anticipation for a game that you don't even play?
Yeah, that's
let alone the campaign. You ain't gonna understand what happened.
He played 20 minutes of the game, and then he's talking about booting up the multiplayer. Bro, you didn't boot up the multiplayer in Gears 4. What the fuck you doing?
I'm dead.
Yeah, I saw.
I still don't know what the fuck Gears 5 is about. Like, it makes no sense. It's not a continuation, a straight continuation. I beat Gears 4. So how the hell are you gonna be excited for it?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Crazy.
I'm like, bro. Like, bro, if you haven't played nothing in the series, what is the point of getting any type of thing that has a continuation in anything?
What he said was
you're not gonna understand.
How you gonna be anticipating for what that studio makes when the last game the studio made you played 20 minutes and got bored?
That's crazy.
Excited for the next shit. That's dumb.
Yeah,
what the hell? Like,
wilding on that.
Hell, here's another thing. I will say this. When I was watching E3 and I saw that damn trailer for Escape, I ain't gonna lie, it did hype me up a little bit because they had that little John playing in the background. I was like, okay, all right, Xbox, y'all trying to at least, when they did Gears 5 Escape, and then they came out with that Let's Go with Trick Daddy, I said, oh, so they brought Trick Daddy on here, okay, all right, so y'all, okay, all right, I'll be honest, it got me. I was in there jamming a little bit. I was like, all right, cool. I got them. But then they came up with
money on bringing artists and fake wrestlers,
damn.
but they can't spend money on promoting the damn game. I don't get it.
Let me ask y'all niggas something. Like, I'm a Gears head nigga. Like, all Gears I done ran through, been ill online, whatever. Z, you had an extra day than me, but I got kills with what you trying to do. But Do y'all think, like, for me, even though I turned up for Gears 5, I do feel like this was the time to kind of sprinkle it up and do something a little different, man. Like the mechanics I seen with the multiplayer shit, even though I'm a Gears head nigga,
It
it
looks
just feel
exactly
like
the same.
Gears 4, bro. It just
That's
feel
what a
like
lot of
Gears
people
4,
said.
bro.
A lot
I'm
of
just being real.
my mind tells me the reason that they ain't changed, they ain't showing the campaign, is because it's Gears 4, but they just made the world, the area sandbox.
Word. And to me, that's not enough. Like, especially for a title like Gears, like you gotta give it a little more care than that. You gotta be a little more
But
nuanced with the changes
you
that
know
you
what I
make.
don't understand? How these people making so much money to design games, right? And like for instance, Halo. If I was running Halo, I would have had a Halo that was like Riddick. One soldier's lost on a planet and he trying to, you know what I mean? I'd have had some shit like that where it's like a third person action game where it's Halo, but it's not the main story Halo. So you could go anywhere with it. You could take any chance, do anything.
Facts. To me, I want Halo the next Infinite. I hope that shit's like R rated or what the
They're
fuck is
not
it?
doing that no more. They're not doing that.
Yeah, that's just
It's
like, come
everything is
on, bro.
team
Like
now.
that's what it needs. That's what it
Here's
needs,
like
man.
here's my issue when it comes to Xbox. And when it comes down to it, damn it, they acting like they got damn WCW back in the day. To where, damn it, back in the 90s and when Xbox first came on to the damn scene, okay, they sitting here trying to make a name for themselves. They goddamn redoing this, they redoing that, they doing this and that and this and that. Glitz and glamour. All of a sudden, boom, Xbox makes a huge ass impact. They introduced Xbox Live on the very first console that has all these damn features that you only would dream of when it came down to PS2, that only started that broadband online stuff that really didn't pick up, that really didn't catch on or anything like that. I don't think I knew anybody that had the damn thing with PS2.
Facts.
But then you go on the Xbox One, the OG Xbox, and you have Xbox Live, and you have all this. You got party chat and all this other shit, and it is just revolutionary. Literally that Xbox Live is what sets up to have all this shit that we have now when it comes to
My
online
niggas
gaming.
tried me when I said that's what made me stick to Xbox. Go ahead, though, bro. Go ahead.
No, but Pizzo, the thing what they were saying was, yeah, but in this day and age, everybody has got it. So if everybody got pretty much the same social network,
Mm-hmm.
then shouldn't it be a focus on the games?
Nah,
Thank you. Yeah, that's how I feel
right.
too.
I
I mean,
get that. I
yeah,
get that. But that question, like, that has nothing to do with a nigga asking me why did you originally like Xbox. Like, we're not talking about nowadays. You
Yeah,
know
I
what
get
I'm
you.
saying? Yeah.
Like I always
like
said, Don Matrick's biggest mistake wasn't the 2013 reveal. It was that he messed up through 2010 to 2013. He didn't experiment with the 80 million consumers he had. He didn't bring out any new games like just, you know what, fuck it, throw something against the wall and see if it sticks. That to me was his biggest mistake.
one thing I
Yeah.
always appreciate about Sony, they take risks. They take a hell of a lot of risks with some of the games that they put out,
Yeah. That's
and
true.
Microsoft is
hopefully
too
something
busy trying to
sticks.
count their coins.
The thing
Yeah,
about Microsoft, yeah, like when they came out with the Xbox One, I said this on one of these shows, they focused
and
on what the average Xbox gamer played instead of just having a bunch of games. So like these niggas like shooters and third party games. They really don't give a fuck about exclusives like that. They don't buy them like that. Alan Wake sold like 2-3 million. Like they don't really care about that. They want these
But
shooters and these multiplayer.
but
And
knowing
that's
what
like
I
and
what
know
they
here,
now,
focus
I
on.
can't even blame Don Matrick for that shit. Like a offensive.
Switch
Facts.
is damn near, to be honest, Switch is damn near the same way. Switch, Nintendo's starting to become a one trick pony as well because all they rely on is Mario, is the goddamn big, in my opinion, the big four: Mario, Zelda, Mario Kart, and goddamn Smash Brothers.
They've been doing that since
When
the
it comes to
beginning of
them,
time.
That's
and
what
I
bothers
exactly
me.
they have, and I know beginning
That's
time
why
when
their
it
People
came
don't
game
out,
look at that
sells so
shit in the
much
I
because they
same
don't
mean,
have
light.
nothing
I
else.
mean. Exactly. They don't have anything else. When it
Yeah.
comes to third party, damn it, I don't give a fuck what anyone
But hold
say.
on though. I'm
Nintendo
not
has
gonna
the most atrocious third party
hold
support.
on though. I'm not gonna knock Nintendo because even though they bring you the same shit, they find a way to sprinkle some new seasoning on top of it to make you want to try it.
No,
Microsoft can't
Oh,
figure that shit out
one
for the
thing I
life of
will.
them.
That's not really
okay, but
knocking
I'm
Nintendo. It's just they
no,
didn't
I'm
never
not.
really have nothing else for so
Thank
long, so
you.
their games sell so
Hell,
much.
like now when it comes down to it, when they said Nintendo Online, I'm thinking like, oh, okay, they're gonna get top notch. Well, I wouldn't say top notch, but damn it, it's at least gonna be something where I can get some voice chat. Boy, look here, voice chat on the app ain't cutting it. This is not what the fuck I had in mind when I heard Nintendo Online. Okay, so I can play all these damn idiot. It don't make no damn sense that I gotta have a Nintendo Online account just to play me some old school Donkey Kong when it should have been in the goddamn Virtual Console. Matter of fact, when the fuck is Virtual Console supposed to come back out? Because they had it in the Wii store.
That's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Why the hell is it that Virtual Console is on an older system that can't work on Switch?
That's what the fuck I'm saying. Like, how the hell did you take out Virtual Console when you had it on the best-selling console of all time, as they say, which is true. I believe it's the best-selling console. I think it beat out PlayStation 2 on like one of the last years of their cycle. But either way, I digress. And another thing, the Nintendo Switch Lite. I just don't. I mean, I understand. Look, let me tell y'all something right now. The only damn reason they made that Nintendo Switch Lite is just so they could create another system for goddamn Pokemon. So they can create a damn special edition.
They're gonna want the Switch to become the successor to the 3DS. That's what it is.
But that's the thing. That's what I said. It don't make no sense to where they never.
That's what they're looking for. They got Sword and Shield coming out.
Well, here's the thing. They didn't think the Switch would be this damn popular. Like, remember, they said, like, no, this is not the successor. But now that it clearly is, they're going to make it the successor.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that $200 price range, that's the price of a 3DS, basically. Like, the more high-end one.
It is. Exactly. The like, good-looking ones, them Galaxy ones.
Yeah, or like the nice Zelda one they used to have.
Right.
Yeah, that's the price.
Hell yeah. The special edition ones, those are the price. And they're going to use that. And now that Sword and Shield's coming out in what, November?
Yeah, so they're going to get all those 3DS users because they're going to convert to that.
Exactly. But
they need to put the Virtual Console on that shit. Like, I want to play the old Pokemon games, to be real with you.
Thank you. Shit. That's the reason why I got to switch, because I'm like, okay, now they ain't got no choice but to put GameCube games on there now because it ain't, it's not compatible.
The old 3DS games. Yeah, I want all that shit.
I'm like, shit, it's supposed to be all there. And damn it, if you gon' look at it, here's how it is. If you ain't gonna give me voice chat, fine. But you better give me that damn Virtual Console where I have no playing the game on there. If you ain't gonna give me voice chat, give me the fucking Virtual Console.
Yeah, because this is the best way for Nintendo to stay relevant. They can't compete with the market.
They cannot. They cannot. And that's what I was trying to tell Baron. I'm like, Baron, it's only so much before Mario and them run dry. To the point where people are like, oh, okay, I got the Switch. Oh, a new Pokemon game come in? Okay, I'll play it.
You have to have the right combination of hardware and software. That's what the Switch found. Because the Wii U had all the same games. We can't deny it.
Don't tell Bob.
They
Baron
stuck
that.
like in the PlayStation 2 era, the original Xbox with their online.
Exactly, and that's when. And buddy, let me tell you, not when my uncle, he had that damn Xbox Live, and I saw how he was sitting there talking to people. I'm like, are you actually talking to people while you playing this? He was like, yeah. I was like, wait, y'all playing the game right now on multiplayer? He playing Halo. Y'all playing Halo, and y'all talking to each other while y'all playing. He's like, he's literally.
Yeah, I remember my dad was shocked when he saw me talking to people like that.
It changed my aspect on life. That shit, I'm talking about, boy, that shit, like, I'm like, whoa, what? That's possible? Boy, it was so much news to me. I would have told my damn mama, and my mom sitting there like, okay, yeah, that's go to your room with some shit. But anyway, like, it was big news. Like, and then now you look at it now, that shit, it's like it's like the car back with touchscreen. Touchscreen used to be a premium thing, you know what I'm saying? Now, that shit's standard. Just like heated seats back in the day. Just like heated seats and backup cameras. All that shit's standard.
Hey, man, I will say this, though. I can't knock Nintendo. Nintendo, one of my handheld. Whereas Microsoft couldn't even bring it to the goddamn world's most powerful console. So
I'll be honest. It took me a long time not. Cause damn it, I mean, shoot. When they came out with some games on Wii, I got the Olympic Games. That was good. I always played those. And
I feel like the Wii is the console you regret getting. Like, everyone had it, but you regretted it.
It is. I regret
what you saying?
That shit collected dust so fast.
Oh,
yeah. Especially
when you got yourself a PS3 or Xbox, that shit was backburning.
I saw that was good to me.
Who? What, you said GameCube?
Yeah, that was
yes.
I hated the GameCube. The 64 was the last good one.
Hey, no.
The GameCube was good. I could stand that controller, man. I could never.
Don't sleep on the GameCube, y'all, because I'm telling you, I don't care what anyone say. there's a reason why Super Smash Bros. Melee is played in tournaments to this day instead of
That's a good
Ultimate,
game.
Brawl,
It is a
and
good
regular.
Factually.
All I'm saying is this: if you give me a GameCube and that shit only had damn Super Smash Brothers and the damn wrestling games that had came out on goddamn GameCube,
Resident
I'm
Evil
set.
4.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Resident Evil, yeah, Resident Evil 4.
anytime I buy a Nintendo console, it's always Zelda and Mario because
Do you know
I
what
had
the
the
Switch
original,
proves to me, though?
Nintendo console
The
back
Switch
in like
proves that a lot of
Do you know what the Switch
1986.
proves to me?
Yeah, the
You can
Switch
have the
proves-
most
I don't want nothing
bullshit
else
ass
but
console
Mario and
out there,
Zelda.
the least features, the least power, all that shit. But as long as you got
And-
games, people will deal with it.
Yeah. But
They
you
know
know
there's
this.
a
that's-
lot
that's what
wrong
it-
with the
that's
goddamn
what-
Switch, but it has games so people deal with
That's
it.
what it proved.
But-
that's
but- but
and
notice,
that's what
though-
it proved. It proved a damn point to everybody. It really does. Nintendo do it every damn year. We ain't gotta have the flashiest shit or the bells and whistles like PlayStation.
Not
do.
really,
Not
even
really,
problem with the damn
though,
system,
like-
but you do.
But hold on. But if you notice, people started complaining about Microsoft after the second or third year, and they wasn't getting no games. Before that, though, they were
Exactly.
happy.
Right.
with
You
it.
were able
Right.
to defend them for a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yeah, I was
people
like, hey, bro, I got
like,
Sunset Overdrive, I got all these games, right?
Exactly.
I was defend that
I
shit.
bought all those.
Then they
shits.
stopped doing it.
The last game I
Well,
bought
let me
from
ask you
them
though, but look,
that was an exclusive was Record, and that game I just like nah, man.
Oh, no, I mean, Gears 4 and shit came out after that, but still.
I ain't,
yeah.
I ain't gonna
Yes,
lie to
Gears
you.
4,
Look,
but
I ain't gonna lie
Gears
to you.
Steve.
A lot of people
We
got
gotta keep it
real
real.
skeptical on PS4 too, because hell, at one point when PS4 first came out, well,
Yeah,
we
and
had
I was
a
able to
launch
make
title.
fun of the PS4
We
because it
had
had no
We had
games.
what? We had what? Knack, and then we had what?
Yeah. But then
shit.
you came in with heavy headers, and we didn't even have anything to respond with.
Oh,
No, we
yeah.
had State of K2, we
But
had Sea
look,
of Thieves,
though,
man.
but
Shit
see,
looked spooky for
that's the
us.
when Xbox had better games, the narrative wasn't games. Like we
No,
gotta
no,
be
no, no,
more
no, no, no.
honest
You're
with
missing what I'm saying. I'm not talking about what
Let's be
other
real.
people
You're
used to
talking
say.
about us as
I'm talking
fans.
about Xbox
Yeah.
gamers. We were happy with it until
Mhm.
2-3 years when there was just nothing noteworthy to talk about.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
when
hold up,
people
though.
started
Right.
getting mad.
Yeah, like for example, I refuse to be a
Hold on,
hypocrite. I
hold
made
on.
fun of the PlayStation 4 for having no games by defending the Xbox as it did. I'm not going to go vice versa now. I'm not going to defend Xbox for having no games. I can't do it.
critical.
I mean,
I'm
it's just
speaking
like
about what the narrative was. I understand what y'all saying with Xbox games.
Yeah.
Like,
No, the narrative changes because the vector
Yeah.
chooses the narrative. That's true.
Yep.
Right. Not only the gamer, but also the largest community of gamers control the narrative.
Right.
So, and
Right.
Sony, 40 million plus. So it's like whatever kind of what Sony is doing is kind of what the narrative
It
of what
is. Sony mollywopped the
should be done
Xbox.
is what should be
Hey,
done.
bro, listen,
And
that Sony
Sony-
mollywopped the Xbox,
Sony-
and then the Switch came and killed it even more.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I mean, look at when the Switch. I
See, but
remember
like-
when they.
No,
I
hey,
remember-
hey, hold on. There was a court case a while ago. Soldier shot a guy, right?
Yeah.
And then the next soldier got on the stand and said, nah, he shouldn't be sent to jail for killing the guy because he just shot him. I thought he was gonna die, and I killed him quicker. That's what happened with the Sony and the Switch. The Sony shot Microsoft. Microsoft was gonna slowly die, and the Switch just came out and ended it quicker for them. And it's sad because I'm still waiting for fucking Game Pass to go on this damn Switch.
What I don't
Yeah,
get
that's
I'm
what.
waiting
It's not.
right now.
Look here.
So real quick, who in here has a Switch? Real quick.
I
I
have a
got
Switch.
one. I do.
I have a Switch.
I don't barely play it. I only
And
just
I
play
got
it for Mario
and I
and
got
Zelda.
Cuphead.
What?
And I
Bruh,
got Cuphead
the
on
best
that
game
motherfucker
is
too.
Civilization, man.
What?
Alright, so I'm gonna be because this is part of the hypocrisy that go on with Microsoft, like when Nintendo come into play. Nintendo is a unique situation because they have like they are the OG shit. Like Nintendo has the tag of saying we made you love this shit. We started this, bro. You know what I'm saying? They have titles that carry on through that. They ain't like a unique position that no other company is in. Every company is in their own kind of niche that's kind of dope. Like Sony kind of like mastered the art of the 3D game and then the storytelling. And they kind of like at the top of their game with that shit.
Nintendo mastered the 2D side scroller, boy. Whew.
Alright,
Yeah.
think about
Nintendo
it.
made that to a T.
If you think about it, Nintendo, like if you break down games on just a mechanical level, Nintendo has mastered that. It's fun to get from point A to point B better than any other. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being.
Yeah, you
And
got a good
and-
point.
But like a lot of the shit Microsoft does is actually what becomes the trend within gaming. It's just they do that shit too early sometimes. Just like what you were saying. With it's so many contributions Microsoft has made the game, and that's regular now. That never was in fucking gaming before that moment in time. Now they move with horrible timing because they're not a video game company like Nintendo, PlayStation. Their focus on video games is a lot more, and that's a negative towards Microsoft. But in terms of all Microsoft need to do, niggas be talking a lot of shit. All they need to do is come out with better looking games. Their gameplay is really down. Right, but that's it. If you go off gameplay,
but they don't want to do that. That's the problem. They don't want to do that.
I think
I'm gonna give you an example, right?
Here's my
Hold
thing
on,
on
I'm gonna
that.
give you an example to show you how you know Microsoft don't want to do it, right? It's the end of the generation. What game can you say, damn, this game closing out the generation on a high note for Microsoft? None. When the Xbox One X came out, what game could you say was, damn, this game is good looking? I can't imagine seeing this shit nowhere else. None. They're not looking at it like that from like a game's perspective. They're like, you know what? We're gonna try to give you vegetables. We're gonna try to give you salad. We're gonna try to give you water. And you're like, bro, you don't have to do all of that. Just give me what I want.
And look,
I don't even think Microsoft care anymore. I think they're just trying to go third party route.
Exactly, and I think so too.
They just trying to.
It's both Phil Spencer. If you listening with how you talk, man, he want his shit everywhere.
It's like this.
And he don't realize it when it's everywhere. It devalues it.
Hey, have y'all seen the Xbox Mini? I'm gonna say this right now. Have y'all seen the Xbox Mini?
The little black and green box.
Yes. That thing screams. Let me tell you what that screams. Apple TV, Chromecast, Fire Stick.
Exactly.
These fuckers don't give a damn about consoles anymore. It's called we trying to beat Apple, Google, and
they trying to saturate the market.
Now. That's the part of the hypocrisy, though. It's like Xbox can't do their own thing in like the route that they want to do. So you can look at the Nintendo Switch Lite and be like, "That's some shit I actually don't want," but you don't give Nintendo that same.
Because we all have Switches already. Well,
that's your fault. I don't know what the hell y'all playing on that shit.
Hold on, can I ask you a question? Who said that? Was that you, Pizzo?
Yeah, this is me. What's up?
All right, check this out, right? The man keeps giving you different boxes. And he got, let me see, he got the Xbox One, the S, the X, the SAD, and now he got a Mini. And next year he got a new console. So that's 6 boxes that you have the ability to purchase, right? That you will have the ability to purchase.
Right.
Then he comes out and tells you, I don't want you to buy a box.
Yep.
So what the fuck do you want then if you keep putting out new boxes? You ain't putting out games?
Did he say? But that's my whole point, though, bro. Like, did he actually said we don't care if you buy the box?
Yes, he said that. Somebody said to him, I bought. Hold on. Somebody said to him, I bought 2 Xbox One X's, and he was like, you see, we wouldn't even want you to really buy the box, just the software. And it's like, wait.
Right. So look. So their strategy is put our games everywhere.
But what games, Pizzo? Games require quality.
They don't have any. They
do not have that.
The only game y'all had really worth the damn was Cuphead, to be honest.
Hold up, bro. That's a different conversation. So if you say, hold up, bro. That's a different conversation.
He going in and out. I can't hear.
Who's going in and out?
If you saying y'all can hear him?
Yeah, go ahead, Pete. I don't know who that is. Go ahead.
Wait, yeah, who's that talking?
Nah. If y'all saying Xbox needs to come out with higher quality games, yes. Period, yes. Do they need a couple more single players? Yes. But this is the thing that bothers me with the situation, right? A nigga will never say, well, damn, I wish Sony would come out with an online game.
But Pizzo, no, come on, Pizzo, stop the bullshit, man. Okay, let me ask you a question, Pizzo, let me ask you a question, right? Tell me Microsoft's best multiplayer game this generation.
Tell you Microsoft what?
Best multiplayer game this generation, online game.
For me, I would say
it's a multiplayer.
That's you. That's for you. Or Halo 5. That's for you. But if you go look at the numbers, it's probably gonna be something like PUBG
or Fortnite.
No, no, no. We're talking about something that
You
had
can't
some
count
sort of
that.
exclusivity on Xbox.
You can't count PUBG.
Oh, we
That's
talking about
like a
exclusive that had an
phenomenon.
exclusivity. Okay,
Yes,
yeah, PUBG. My
exactly.
fault.
Which would be
PUBG
PUBG.
is like a phenomenon. You can't really count that. And to me, that goes
But
to
that's
more.
the point, though. But that's the point, though, because if you look at Gears, if you look at Halo, all those communities are pretty much not what they used to be. They've all fallen off. So for you to use the thing
Well, yeah.
that they need multiplayer and Microsoft needs single player. Yeah, Microsoft needs single player more than Sony needs multiplayer because everybody else makes multiplayer. And everybody
No,
else
no,
is starting to
everybody
move
else
towards
needs
that point
single
where they want
player as
games as a
well.
service.
Hold up,
So
bro.
the best thing to do is to make a single player game because more and
No,
more companies are shying away from single player games because they're
no.
trying to recoup and gain as much money as possible over a
So
long
look,
time.
the logic you're using is Sony don't need to make as much online multiplayer games because third party makes online multiplayer games, right? You can use that same logic with Xbox, right?
All right, you know
With
what?
single player
Forget
games.
Sony. Forget Sony. Hold on. Forget Sony. Pizzo.
Uh,
Forget.
Alright,
There's no Sony. Sony don't exist in this world. What's
alright.
Microsoft's excuse now?
Excuse for what?
Not having the single player story driven game. For instance,
because they still get beat
Like
out
I
by
told you,
Nintendo.
hold on.
hold on.
Like
I
I
have
told
an
you.
Xbox and I have a Switch, right? So why is a
Hold
person
on.
like me not getting a game that they want unless I have to go and go buy a PlayStation?
So let
When
me ask you.
Microsoft
So
used to
let me
give
ask
out
you, because
they
this is the
quality
funny.
games before.
All right. So let me ask you, because this is the funny part to me, because I don't own a Switch. When my kid got a Switch, I couldn't imagine playing. You know what I'm saying? So this is the funny thing to me. You get the games that you want on the Switch from what you're saying, right?
I get a certain game that I want, sure, yes.
One game.
I bought a Switch to play Civilization 6 on the.
Okay, no
And
doubt. And I
then,
ain't knocking you.
but to be real with you, while I have the Switch, I have picked up more games because of the fact that I've got it.
That you got the console. And
Yeah.
you gonna do that? You know, I got a PlayStation for like 4 games. I got like 8 total. You know what I'm saying? So I get that. Like I'm not knocking you for even whatever game you like. That's cool. But that goes into to the point of perspective. It's like you like Civilization, a game that's not really, you know what I'm saying, like, where most people buy a Switch for. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like your perspective on it. To stand back and look at it objectively, what Microsoft needs to do is put out better quality games. It don't need. I only say single player because they need to have a more variety. What Microsoft
But
does is hold on. What Microsoft does is they listen to what everybody says. So
who?
when they started
Because
putting out,
everybody's been asking them to for Fable.
hold on. When they started putting out, when they were known as the shooter box, they try to get away from that narrative this generation and give you all different types of genres of games and didn't put a lot of
Okay,
quality
but
into it. They fucked
Pizzo.
up this gen. Go ahead.
Well, I
Pizzo.
don't want
Hold
to
on,
cut you off, but
wait.
when
Let
they
me
was the
just
shooter
rebuttal him real
box,
quick. Let me
most of the
rebuttal
games
him
were
real quick.
third-party shooters.
No, let me
That's the
rebuttal
Thank
him
point.
real
you.
Look,
quick.
hold
All
on, hold
right,
on. That's
hold on.
the point.
They know for as the shooter box, right? What is wrong with still giving you the same
Real
amount
quick.
of shooters and just adding additional games to it? Why do you need to stop making the shooters?
Oh, they didn't stop making
But
shooters
that's
again.
that's
What are you
exactly
talking
what they did. What they were known for, they stopped doing to try to erase that identity and then create a totally new identity.
Right. So
Instead,
look,
all
Exactly.
they
so
had
look,
to
that
do
creates
was
the
bring the
problem.
new
So
things
hold
that
on.
they wanted to bring and add it to
So
their
hold on.
current identity and
So hold on.
expand.
So hold on. That creates the problem and the mix up at Microsoft. So what Microsoft does is they sit and listen. So people saying this all you got is shooters, blase, blase. Then you drop a bunch of other variety of games. People say, oh, we don't want this bullshit. We just want the fucking shooters. We want AAA single player games. How Microsoft can only react when they react. They do it every single time. They do it too fucking much
Well,
rather
last
than
gen they
just
had a
doing
lot
what
of
they
more
do.
variety last gen.
Eggs, thank you.
What do you mean? But no, but
They did.
average Xbox. Hold up, the average Xbox user never played those variety of games on 360, bro. All we
Yep.
played was
What are you
shooters.
talking, bruh? Come
What
on,
on
man.
360? You
Bruh,
might can
there
say
was
that
people on
on
three.
OG
Hold
Xbox,
on.
but on
Hold on.
360, Call of
Hold on,
Duty
Pizzo.
Modern Warfare on 360, bro. Game chat.
Time out, Pizzo. I'll tell you this right now. Yeah, y'all was shooters. I will agree. But at the same time, there was a nice little chunk of people over there playing Fable. Then there was a nice
Yeah,
little chunk of
there's
people
a
over
lot
there
of variety
playing
over there.
Banjo Kazooie when they had the collection
Stop
of
it.
shit over there.
Stop it, bro. Stop that.
Ain't no,
Like,
there ain't no
let's keep
stop it.
real.
No, because you're
Let's
damage
keep it
controlling
real.
this shit.
A
You're
game
trying to
like Banjo,
justify. No, no, no,
bro.
no, no, no. Time out.
A
You're
game
trying to
like
justify.
Banjo on 360, bro. Come on,
No,
man.
no, 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 partner. I'll tell you this right now. You're trying to justify having less games is good for
No,
Microsoft.
no,
You're
I'm
trying to
not.
justify why Microsoft shouldn't focus on a console. You're trying to justify
Why
them
you?
going
I'm not
head to
saying
head
that.
with
I ain't
Amazon,
saying
Google. Yes, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
to not having a console, not focusing on the console.
To
That's not
not
saying
to not focusing on a console and not focusing on the game. Yes, you are. I promise you, you
No,
are,
I'm
man.
not, bro. Like the subject had nothing to do with consoles, but if
Dude,
you
No
want to jump
offense,
into that,
man. Xbox One games is trash, bro, compared to
thank
Xbox
you.
360,
but I
man.
agree with
Yeah.
that. Like, I'm not like I said. Xbox needs to make better quality games. I said that on top. They need to make better quality games. Like ain't no, I'm not disagreeing with that, but in
I'm
terms
just saying, when a new gen come, I think, man, I think they realize they just can't compete with Nintendo and Sony. I think they're going towards third party, man. It's going to happen. It's too many signs,
so
man.
let me ask you a
You even
question.
got the head of Microsoft saying he want his shit everywhere, man. That's a telltale
Hold
sign,
So
on.
let
man.
me
Wait,
ask
wait,
you a
wait,
question.
wait, wait,
Let me
wait,
Wrong,
ask
wait,
you.
wait,
yo.
wait.
Hold
Hold
on,
on,
hold
hold
on,
on, wait,
hold on,
wait,
hold
wait.
on, hold on. Let
Yeah.
me ask you
Since
a
you're
quick
talking about the
question.
head of Microsoft, he even himself said, when I see Microsoft, I see us as one of the
I
largest
see
third
as
party
a service.
publishers.
Yeah, he said it out
So
his
let
As
me
a
mouth.
ask
He
you
said it
service.
so many
something,
times. I
bro.
don't
He's
understand how
not that.
Xbox guys
So
not
let
see
me
that.
ask y'all something. This
No,
goes
Think
because
to
you're
about it.
being
Think about it this way,
delusional.
guys. Think about
this,
it this way. You know how
this
Google's
goes
entering
to
the game, right?
exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this damn
Yeah, okay.
Stadia
You know how
shit.
Google's entering the game? They're fucking everywhere, right? They don't even have a console. That's what
Thank you.
Microsoft
Yeah.
wants to be. They want to be that.
So let me
Yeah.
ask y'all something.
I
Let
don't
me
If
think
they
ask,
could
it,
put
to
the
be honest
Xbox
with
app
you,
on a PlayStation, they
I don't
damn
think
sure
it's
hold on.
nothing
will.
wrong with that. I don't think it's nothing wrong with them going third party. You know, I think it'd be
I
better
don't
for
have a
them, man.
problem
I
with
just
them
don't
going
think they
third
can
party
Hold
compete
either.
on.
in
Hold on.
hardware with Sony and Nintendo.
But at that
Not
This,
point,
not
this
what's the
goes.
anymore.
point of
This
having
goes
a
Not
to the
hardware
anymore.
then?
hypocrisy. Though. This goes to the
They
hypocrisy.
only
I mean,
have hardware out because the headspace demands it. You need a console on the market
What?
because people would
What?
right, right?
yeah.
Hey,
Once they
What?
But
get
as
this
soon
yeah.
as
shit,
they don't have to do
yeah,
that,
Hold
they
go
on.
ahead.
will not.
Hold
They
on.
will get rid of that
Yeah,
shit.
They would rather be
exactly.
they would rather be like I said, they would rather just be a goddamn game studio and just call it like that.
Niggas
Hell.
make
No,
Why
that
you
no,
can't
doesn't
because
just
make
it,
change
any
it isn't
sense,
that
Microsoft
simple
bro.
Studios to
though. It
Xbox
isn't
That
that
It's
Studios?
doesn't
simple
make
not.
any
though.
sense.
It's not.
That doesn't make any sense.
The
Let
reason
me.
they
No.
That don't
changed
make sense.
Microsoft Studios to Xbox Studios is because they're trying to unite everything under one brand,
Yeah,
Xbox.
exactly.
Yeah,
They don't want to
But
use the term Microsoft because on the PC, Microsoft has a
they don't
bad
want to be
stigma.
a big
That
studio, right?
don't
They
make
don't
no
want to be an
sense.
EA. They want to be a storefront, but they want to be a storefront without you having to have certain hardware in your room.
yeah.
That's
Let
what
me
they
ask
want to
y'all a
be.
With that.
question.
Because
Let
you
me.
have to
Let me.
remember, these consoles that we love, all they are, they're just storefronts. It's like having a GameStop in
Yeah.
your room, right?
Yeah.
You buy games
Yeah.
off it, they make money off that shit. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Let me ask
Now
y'all a
imagine being able to
question.
sell you games, right, and software without needing to have to make this $1 billion hardware.
That's not true though, bro. That's not
How is
true.
it not
What?
true?
Like because you have to
You know
apply.
what?
Okay, so hold on.
Come on. No, no,
The
no. Yeah,
P's
go
are
ahead and
fighting
explain.
this one hard.
Yeah.
Hold
Oh
on.
yeah, because he's
I
damage
just I just
controlling
Hey,
the
want
shit
Pizza,
y'all
out
bro.
of it.
look.
Next gen is it, bro. That's it.
Let's
That's all we
apply
get.
the
That's it.
logic.
Pizza don't want
Let's
to face
apply that
reality,
logic.
man.
Hold
That's
on,
the
hold on.
truth.
Let's apply that logic to other platforms. So what has Nintendo shown you?
What logic?
Niggas
No, no, no,
laughing.
no, no. Hey,
Niggas
no, no,
laughing.
no, no,
What
no,
has
no, no.
Nintendo
Scratch
shown
the.
you? Hold up,
Hey,
hold up.
hey, hey. Scratch
Bro. Let
that.
me
We're
get it
talking
out
about
for you.
Xbox. If you can't justify for
No,
that goddamn box, I
No,
don't know what
no,
else to
y'all
tell
not
you.
talking
no.
about
I
Xbox
get
though.
what you
Y'all
mean,
not
but
talking about
here's the
Xbox.
thing: Nintendo and Sony, they're not set up like that. Like
Not
Microsoft
at
can do that
all.
shit because they have
Yeah.
those servers.
Let me ask y'all, but see, that's the shit that I don't get, bro.
That's
Like y'all
you can't
contradicting
compare
that shit. Hold
Sony
on, hold
to
on.
Microsoft.
Yeah,
You
bro. I think they
Yeah,
contradicting
but
realize
that
they
there's
shit,
a
can't
bro.
reason
compete in
Sony
the
hasn't run to
hardware,
Microsoft.
so
They have to use
You're
they're trying
Microsoft.
a
contradicting
different strategy,
yourselves.
Sony's
and it's
good for
nothing
the
wrong with it. It's
hardware.
nothing wrong with being
Sony's
third
good for
party.
the hardware.
Y'all
Microsoft's good for the
contradicting yourselves.
software.
That's not what they doing. Like, okay, so
Then
look,
what are
That
they
is
doing?
clearly
let
what
me
they're
ask you
doing.
this. Hold on. Let me ask
Thank
y'all a
you.
quick.
Okay, no, let me
Let
go
me
ahead.
ask y'all a quick question. Y'all in the echo chamber, so you're just gonna agree with. Let me ask y'all a quick question.
Echo
What
chamber,
has
niggas,
it?
we
Hold on,
see
hold
the
on.
writing on the wall.
Hey, bro, this is an
Thank
after
you.
party. I wish this was
Right. Okay.
recorded.
Cool. You see the
Shit.
writing on the
Z probably is recording this shit.
What has
ain't
Nintendo
there.
shown you?
Nah.
Hold up. What has Nintendo shown you to show you that they're knee deep in console? You saying Xbox 50?
Wait,
Hold on,
wait.
say
What
that
has
again.
Nintendo?
Say that
What?
again, I can hear you.
What has Nintendo shown you to show you that they're
Nintendo's even doing something similar too, because they're making subscription service with Microsoft.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you this.
Exactly. Sony is doing the same shit too.
But you ain't gonna see no Nintendo game on Microsoft. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, no, you won't.
All them guys is like hell no on that.
But here's the thing: Sony and Nintendo, they can't do that shit because they don't own a big cloud farm.
That's
like
my point.
Thank you.
That's my whole fucking point. Xbox has a strategy.
That's your point.
Yeah,
Okay.
like Microsoft can execute this. They can't.
Differently. Hold on. The only reason why you see the strategy as wrong is because you compare it to what PlayStation should be doing as if
No,
that's
I'm not saying Microsoft
No.
doing is wrong. I'm not saying what they're doing is wrong.
I'm not comparing it to that. I'm just saying that I don't see any benefit for me as the gamer so far.
In what way?
Exactly, because we won't have an
There's no
Xbox
benefit.
anymore.
So look. The
Thank
benefit you have for as a Switch is civilization.
No, it's mobile
But
gaming on the
see,
go.
that's how I
There
know
are
your ass
multiple
ain't got
games I
nothing to
play,
do
not
with
just Civilization. But if you want to look at it from a game perspective, sure.
So look,
How is it that
So
my
hold on.
$500 Xbox One X
So you
cannot
can't game
run
on the go
Civilization,
with Xbox?
but my Nintendo Switch in handheld mode can?
So you can't game on the go cloud?
What? Say that
Are you
again?
looking at the two things different? You can't game. You see how you're
You
looking at
keep
the
going
two
in
things?
and out. Hell, like a
Yeah, I didn't know what you said. You went in and out.
You can't game on the Xbox mobilely with
Wait,
xCloud.
hold up,
You see
Pizzo.
how you're looking at the two
Hold
things
up,
differently.
Pizzo. Why the fuck did your mic not sound like that during the show?
that's what the fuck I'm trying
What
to
the
I don't know,
He
bro.
was
I'm on my
Now
phone.
it sounds good.
He was on speakerphone. He was on
Now it
speakerphone.
sounds good.
I'm on my
God damn
phone,
it,
bro. My bad.
Pizzo,
Now let's go ahead.
Pizzo,
Yeah.
I get it. You ain't realize what's going on. It'll hit you eventually.
Over.
Hey, let's
No,
I
look,
got my last
y'all
life
gonna
jacket
look
for
stupid
Pizzo.
next year. I'm telling y'all.
But
All
hey,
y'all, like,
let
the
me tell
funny
you
thing
something.
is,
Come
none
last
of
gen,
y'all
it's
gonna
over.
But to be real, I get what Pizzo's saying though. The thing about what Javon is saying though to you, Pizzo, is as an Xbox gamer, it doesn't necessarily benefit him because you will no longer have an Xbox. That's not beneficial to him.
It's not
at
even
all.
just.
Let me ask you a question, though.
Hold on. It's not even that I'll no longer have
hold
an Xbox. Look at it from a whole circular point of view. They diminished what Xbox is. Physically, they're getting rid of the hardware. Software-wise, they're not making the games like they used to. They're not bringing the content. Hell, just to show you how crazy it is, they're not even bringing the third-party content. Right now, if you even pay attention to it, Phil Spencer's like, well, if you want to bring your games, that's fine. If you don't want to bring them, that's fine. But, you know, if we have a game, we're going to make sure you get it. It's like, wait, what's going on here? So what do I need the Xbox for?
So let me
Let
ask
me
you.
tell you. Let me
Yeah,
Yo,
exactly.
he
The thing is
repeating it
pointless.
every interview if you
Hold
listen
on,
to
hold
what he
The,
said.
the Xbox is a means to an end. That's all it is.
Like, okay,
Every
look at
console
Final
is a
Fantasy
means to an
VII, right?
end.
Look at
Hold
Final
on.
Fantasy.
Every console is a means to an end. Go ahead.
Every console is a means to an end, but I still game on a console.
Okay,
Yes.
if every console is a means to an end, right? That means that there's a strategy in place for the end. Pay attention and notice Microsoft's strategy. They're telling us what it is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
called
and console
and here's the
and
thing,
just
I would be.
service.
I don't give a fuck that they're doing this. I really don't. But you got to
Thank
give me the games.
It's called
Exactly,
it's called
man.
reward
There
of
you
the
go.
We don't even have the games.
Because think about this. When Phil Spencer took over, the first thing Phil Spencer started doing was axing studios left, right, and center. It's like, wait, so look how many he let go of 3-4 studios.
Yes,
bro, that
Yeah,
happens.
and Lionhead was fucking
that's
huge.
that's
He just
not
got rid of
unique.
that bitch.
Exactly. Lionhead, I'm gonna give you an example. Lionhead is a perfect example. All he had to do was trim the fat, retool Lionhead, drop it down to 100 people if you need be.
And here's the crazy thing: Lionhead would have had their game out if they didn't force that Windows 10 shit on them.
But so
God.
that's why. Hey, Neth, I personally think that's the same thing with Platinum Games. They would have had their game done if Microsoft hadn't forced new objectives on them. Because if you think about it, when Donnie D signed, when Donnie D signed that game, they signed it for one thing, a single player game.
Goddamn Xbox shit.
Hold on, they signed it
pull
for
his
one
head out
thing,
and
a
smell the
single
roses.
player adventure, action adventure, hack and slash game. That's what they signed. If you go back and watch the very first showing of it, that's what they signed. Then as the years went on, guess what? Now they needed to be on PC. Then they needed multiplayer with 4 drag. Come on, man. That like you could see for yourself.
Stop it, bro. Like,
Pizzo, no.
Man, where the hell was this ending during the show?
Hey,
Pizzo,
hold on.
right?
You know,
You can't
Neth.
man.
Post Up made a statement on one of the shows recently. He
was
said,
gonna
"Yeah,
kill
you
my
guys
brand.
know about Scalebound and you guys know about Fable, but if you guys only knew about all the other games they canceled behind the scenes, so that makes you sit there
That
and really
happens
wonder
at every
what the
single
hell was
studio.
Microsoft
That
doing."
happens at every single studio. That's not.
Yeah, that happens at every single studio.
Yeah, but
guess
they
what?
still
They
release
return-
games, though. You don't even get that.
Thank you.
Right. No, time
You don't see them.
has
You don't see them
hold
over
on,
here canceling games.
hold on. Xbox has released games. They just not have been.
Bruh.
No, bullshit.
We're talking about
Come
high
on,
quality
Pizzo.
games, not that
You are
shit.
Thank you.
You are
That's what I
damage
said. They just
controlling the
haven't
hell
been
out of this
high quality
situation,
of games.
and you ain't doing
But
a
to
good
me,
job
I
of
look
it.
at that. I'm gonna be real.
Hold on. Sony releases dog shit too. What's that medieval remake? Nobody's looking for that shit.
Hey,
Nobody looking for that shit.
I played
Hey,
medieval.
bro, nobody
I
looking for
played
that
medieval
shit.
back in the day.
What's
I know
the other
nobody's
game
looking
about the
for it.
boy who's making
Concrete Genie.
graffiti or shit?
Genie.
Which
What's
one
that
are we talking
graffiti game?
about?
Concrete Genie? Nobody gives a shit about that.
Shit, I didn't even know nothing about Concrete Genie.
And
but
nobody
I'm
gives a
looking
shit
for
about
one.
that.
Dreams.
But they're still giving you Death Stranding, right? They're still giving you those high quality games.
This is my
Death Stranding. Hell, not only that. Remember, Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, that shit ain't far off.
They're not even out yet.
Look.
Pizzo. Here's what you're missing, right, Pizzo? Let's say there's game categories: a C game, a B game, and an A game, right? Microsoft might give you a B game at best, but the rest of the games are C games. Sony gives you A games, B games, and C games.
Like, I agree with that. Microsoft needs to just put out better quality games. That's the only thing they've done wrong, and do one or two more single player games.
But Pizzo, if you're paying attention, you notice that they don't seem to care about putting that out.
I disagree because why would they buy a bunch of studios? Why
to make AA games to put in Game Pass, one game every 3 months?
Small games.
They need the studios to be able to keep turning them over.
Hold on, let me ask you a question. This is the problem that bothers me. And this, like, I'm not on Twitter and a lot of shit. I'd be surprised when I be in the Discord and in the chat just how weird gaming.
Pizzo, let me ask you a question. You got games with gold?
Games with gold, yeah.
You notice how shitty games with gold has become ever since they started doing Game Pass? You think that's just a coincidence?
No.
That's the same thing with their idea of Game Pass and the quality of what their games are going to be. That is just a representation of it.
That's a horrible example. Like that's
how is that a horrible example?
What?
Because
you might get one good game every 6 months.
Does it make sense to you to put money into the game you're gonna give away free, or money into the game you're gonna put into your server?
Pizzo, it's not for free. You're getting it as a part of your incentive to be on Xbox Live Gold.
What makes more sense to you to put the money towards?
So let me get this straight. It makes more sense to put the money towards Game Pass, right? Because why? Hold on. So explain to me why Game Pass now is more relevant than Games with Gold.
Games with Gold is something that they free games with getting the service.
No, Game that's Pass, not what I asked you. I asked you why is it more relevant?
I'm explaining it to you.
All right, go ahead then.
Games with Gold is something where you get free games along with the service with what you pay, right? Which you're mainly paying for playing online. Your bullshit.
Don't that work for Game Pass?
Netflix video game service. What makes more sense to you that they're gonna put more investment into? Like they're gonna spend the money for that good game.
Bullshit.
Rather than put it in games.
But see, Pizzo, that makes no sense though, because if you have, let's say, okay, Pizzo, let's say if you got 40 million.
You think Metro Exodus should be on Games for Gold? Or Rise of the Tomb Raider should be on Games for Gold?
Yeah,
those games flopped.
Bruh, stop it.
But Pizzo, think about this, right?
That's why they're on Game Pass.
Pizzo, hold on, Pizzo, think about this, right?
Yeah, they're good games. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Nah, Tomb Raider sucks balls. That shit is slow. But Pizzo, listen. Pizzo, if you put good games in Games with Gold, right? Wouldn't that be an incentive for some people to get gold?
But that same incentive would be for some people to get Game Pass. This is what you have to. Xbox users literally have a proclivity to already use Games for Gold. From the jump, since that shit Xbox Live started, we've been paying that amount for whatever the fuck just to play online before they had games. So people already buy into Games for Gold with when you jump on the Game Pass to Xbox. It's like it's 1-in-1. It comes along with it. Their new service, which is like a Netflix service, to me, I don't know how y'all think about it. To me, it makes more sense that they're gonna I ain't gonna say I expected. That's false. But once I started seeing better games showing up in Game Pass than free for gold, that made sense to me. Like, oh yeah, these motherfuckers are gonna put their bread towards that game and put
And
it
I'm
in
gonna tell you, Pizzo. You know what that's like? I'm gonna give you a perfect example. That's like if you buy a car from the dealership, right? And you buy the 2016 model, and in 2017 they cut off your warranty, cut off your oil change, and tell you, all right, if you want that, you got to go get the 2017 model.
That's another horrible example,
Hey.
bro. Because Games for Gold never had games like
Y'all
Metro
niggas still in here?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, bro, they're still going at it.
Hell yeah,
Games
boy,
for
they're still
Gold
going.
never had
Look,
games like
Z, this
Metro
should have been on the
Exodus
damn
or
show,
Day
man.
One Xbox.
Sony's
No.
too busy throwing
Metro
FC Bond
Exodus
under the
wasn't
bus.
day one either. Metro Exodus came like what 6 months after.
Okay, so did Gold have day one exclusives?
You know I'm
Xbox
recording.
Gold never had day one exclusives, but Gold still
Did
gave you
Gold-
AAA
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
The point is,
did
Gold is not
Gold
even
have-
giving you AAA games now. Everything is like some indie games.
Hey, look, hold on.
Yes.
Everybody has gold, right? Like everybody has that shit.
Everybody-
They get
that's
paid. The
not-
games get
Everybody.
paid for as you download, so they're gonna keep the game shitty, so they don't have to pay as much, right? That's the strategy there. Now, Game Pass, that's their premium shit. They're not gonna even
is
do
Go
marketing
for a
deals like
year,
that anymore
Or is it for 3 months?
because they're gonna put that marketing money towards getting more games on Game Pass. That's what they're doing.
That
I bet you
makes
the
sense.
Gears of War
though.
5
Like, I
marketing
don't
budget, a lot of that shit went to Game Pass.
But
One thing, they're not even advertising that shit.
I don't think Gears 5 budget went to Game Pass, though. That's just crazy.
I'm talking about their marketing budget for the game.
Oh, the marketing? Okay.
Yeah, because they're not marketing that game at all.
Possibly, because their Xbox marketing has been dog shit this whole time.
I ain't see no advertisement
It's
for
been
that
dog
game.
shit,
It's
but they
about to
used to have
drop
some
soon.
marketing. Like Halo 5 had a lot of marketing. Gears of 4 had a decent amount. Even
Yeah,
Quantum Break
I
had a
agree.
little bit. Now they have none because it's all going to Game Pass.
My issue with what be going on, there's a lot of hypocrisy. Like this is the thing I want to ask a lot of the Sony only dudes. It's like, are you okay? I know. Like, let's take out the fact that you can get online player games third party. Let's just leave that out. You don't want
Okay, what's
Sony
the
to take their
question?
expertise and how they do games greatly and put that into something else other than a third person single player narrative driven game. You don't get tired. Like, I cannot play Uncharted and play fucking Last right back to back. That shit is just weird to me. It's like the same fucking
Time out. So wait. Time out. So what you're saying is this. Oh, hush. So what you're saying is this. You want Sony's expertise in single player to transfer over to third party multiplayer. Am I right?
No. I want Sony to take the attention and the detail and the money and effort that they put in a single player and do something else aside from. It could even be a fucking first person single player game.
And
Jesus Christ.
As far as I'm concerned, Sony's doing just fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix
See,
it.
there we go.
No,
And that's
Look,
but that's not what he's saying,
I'm
though.
sorry.
hypocrisy. That's why I say it's hypocrisy.
There's no damn hypocrisy to it. All I'm saying is
Okay.
this. The single player atmosphere is good. Hell, most people they don't like multiplayer. I don't know.
That's
I
a
play
lie.
multiplayer
Nah,
games
man,
too.
that's a complete
Who-
fucking
who-
lie. You
Wait a
pulled it out of
minute.
your
Who
ass.
don't like multiplayer?
You sound crazy. Most people play
No.
multiplayer games.
Hey, bro, you can argue the 360 focus a lot on fucking multiplayer, and people love
Didn't
that
you
shit.
say
All right? Let's not
360
pretend
guys
didn't
that.
don't
focus
like
on multiplayer.
Yeah, I love that
360
shit.
didn't focus on
Here's the
multiplayer.
thing.
I
I'm not saying take
That's a
Naughty
lie.
Dog and force them to make the new Halo or some shit, but you can partner with multiplayer studios, like what they did with Predator, what they could do with maybe some devs from Rainbow Six Siege. Do shit like that. Make a new SOCOM. Make a new Twisted
I mean,
Metal. You
shit.
can do shit like that.
You guys, they literally reskin the same game over. It's to the point where a lot of games even have the last
Reskin.
plus like
That's what
That's
I'm
pretty
trying to
crazy.
figure out.
it's like
that's what I'm
fucking
trying to
old
figure out.
at this point.
I
bro.
never
They
heard
even
about
got
nobody reskinning no game, especially when it comes down to a first party game that's reskinned. You talk about Uncharted being reskinned as Naughty Dog. I'm not seeing your
What?
point here, man.
what?
I think he meant Uncharted being reskinned as The Last of Us.
Last of it. That's my fault. That's what I meant.
I think every
My apologies.
game being
Those are
like
two
the
different
last
games. They don't have nothing in common.
of the
That's
last
what I'm saying. There's nothing at all in
I wouldn't
common.
say they don't have
Yeah.
nothing in common.
They have a
So
lot
let
of
me ask you a
similar
question.
core mechanics,
So
but
quick, real quick. So it has nothing in common. So they're. Let me just go through it real quick before nigga interrupt. So they're not
Okay.
third person, single player, narrative driven game, dark somber story that has an AI companion with you.
Yeah, they all have that shit. We can't even deny
Most
that.
games are
Okay.
third
All right.
person or first
I'm not
person.
saying that's a
Hey,
bad
Most
thing
games,
though,
I
because
mean,
those games are
shit.
dope as fuck.
I mean, yeah.
what they
What
got?
Yeah, those games are dope as
IP
fuck.
is first? Okay, what IP is first person? Because last time I checked, Gears ain't even fucking first person.
But
Gears is
Halo
first
is,
party.
bro. Like,
Okay,
time out,
Halo.
time out,
Okay, Halo. That's
time
one of
out.
y'all's best
Xbox does
damn
do
ways to
other.
go up there. That's one of y'all
Xbox
best
does do
things.
other. Hold on, Xbox does do other
Okay,
genres as far as
you
their
do
exclusives.
one.
Let's
You
just keep
do
it real.
one. You do Halo. Bullshit. You do Halo. Name another one that's first person that
It doesn't
Xbox
have to be
does.
first. It could be
Now
something else.
name another one
Sea
that
of Thieves.
Xbox does
Sea of
that's
Thieves
first
is
person.
first person. Sea of Thieves
Oh
is first
my
person.
god!
Oh my
I never
god.
That's
played it. I never played it, but I know
that's
it's a good
narrative
game.
and story driven. That's narrative and story driven.
See
Not
now, look,
multiplayer.
see, there's where
Narrative
the
and story
hypocrisy.
driven.
Hold up. There's
There's
where
no
the
damn
why.
hypocrisy in
Hold
that.
up.
You ain't
You
got
see
it.
why it
That's
has to
why.
be? Hold on. You see why it has to be narrative and story driven? Why does it have to be
It
that? Like, hold
it's a
on.
single
Why are
player
these Sony
game.
games?
I mean, so what? See, if these is
Hold on.
multiplayer.
Hold up, bro. The best thing about Sony games are the story and the graphics, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So the gameplay, which is mediocre in a lot of the games, let's just be honest about it, but it
What?
gets
Oh,
held
now
up
you're
Hey,
by the
talking
story and the
bullshit.
graphics.
Your boy
Yo,
would rather
yeah,
have
that's
your
Diesel,
bullshit,
you
hand
on
bro.
some
raising.
Nah,
bullshit
nigga,
right
you
now,
not being
bro.
Your
100.
Hey,
boy.
I can
I'll
be
mess
100
Trey.
with
Trey
Xbox.
went into
No.
that bear
Hold up.
trap. Trey went to the bear trap,
I
but
can
bro,
be 100.
it
I
ain't
can be
That
100
mediocre.
with Xbox.
nothing's
Y'all
mediocre
Sony
on that
dudes be just
gameplay. You're
delusional.
bullshitting.
Hey, God
You're
of War ain't
bullshitting.
How?
mediocre. The Last of Us ain't
At
mediocre.
all.
Uncharted ain't
At all.
mediocre.
How?
At all.
Hell,
Oh,
fuck.
No.
Hey,
Now you
Diesel,
just
I
being
need some of those
you
drugs you
being
got,
an
bro.
Xbox
Diesel,
fanboy right
Hold
now.
on. What
Diesel,
You
I'll
being
say
an
gameplay
this
was
Xbox
much.
mediocre?
fanboy right now on this one.
Diesel,
Time out.
Huh.
That's what
Uh,
you sound like. What
Hey,
gameplay
bro,
was
Diesel.
the
mediocre?
No.
only mediocre
No.
game maybe is Days Gone. That's the only one
Days
I can
Gone.
maybe give you.
Days Gone. That's the only one.
Hold
And
on.
damn
So
it, Days Gone was somewhat decent.
I haven't
I'll
even
give
played
it
it, so I
that.
can't really judge.
time out.
It was
Days
somewhat decent. It wasn't
mediocre. The
much
gameplay
decent,
was
Hey,
but
bro,
it
mediocre.
was
I'll be
somewhat.
real with you.
That
Halo
game is
5's campaign is mediocre as fuck.
that
Halo
Days
5
Gone is better
That
than
is
campaign
anything
is
that
very.
garbage.
Microsoft produced
Halo
this
Bro,
Halo
that
5
year.
shit
5
mediocre as
gameplay is
fuck.
campaign
mediocre.
is
Mediocre is
garbage.
If you
nice. That
say
shit is
Halo 5
garbage.
Hold
gameplay
up.
was something
Hold
good,
up.
that proves my point.
What is your point? What is your point? Hold up. What's your point?
That no matter what the hell Xbox does, it's gonna be something magical to you. That's my point on that.
How?
Because for
That
you,
that ain't
no.
making.
Because
I just
for
said
you to
Halo's
say God
gameplay
of
was trash.
War, for you to say God of War was
I
trash
never
just because of
said
some
that, my
damn
nigga.
gameplay,
When
No,
did
but
I say
you
that?
he said
insinuated.
a lot of their games. Now, name me the
When
games
did
that
I
are
say that?
mediocre. How
I
about
said a
that?
lot of the games have
Yeah,
mediocre
but
games.
just
I
name the
didn't say
games, though.
God of War.
Name the
God of War
games.
is
That's
one
what
of the
we're
best
looking for.
things to come out in gaming in the last
Name the
4 or 5 years.
game.
Mediocre game. Wow, bro. I done heard it all.
Let's be
I
real.
don't heard it
Okay,
all.
so
Name one game. Name a
hold
game.
on,
Come on.
real quick. What has better gameplay